Welcome to the podcast, everybody. We're far side of the pod. My name's Jordan. We got Ridge,
It's it.
and we got Caleb. So we got some pretty good movie news, like we always do, to talk about today, and some possible castings, some plot leaks, and everything. So why don't we just skedaddle on into it? All right. All right. So,
Yeah.
so first of all, we got this past week, or within the last 2 weeks, but I believe it was this last week. We got the trailer for Robert Eggers' new Werewolf, starring Aaron Taylor Johnson, Willem Dafoe, and there's going to be a bunch of other good people in it too. But that's just the main two people that I know off the top of my head. Um, Ridge, I'll let you tell your tale on it.
I mean, it looks good. I don't know how much of a tale you want me to tell on it, just because
Well,
there's not much
it's your
to
thoughts.
tell. Just my thoughts on it is it looks really interesting. I'm definitely curious about this movie and see how good it is.
Yeah,
it seems like we just got Wolfman not that long ago.
but the
That
thing,
movie was okay.
yeah, it was all right. But the thing is what I like that this seems to be the more traditional werewolf that we know, like the traditional werewolf.
Right.
Um,
That and of course the director that's on it.
yeah. I
I have
mean,
confidence in it with him.
I think every movie that watched that Robert Eggers has done has always been a fantastic movie. I mean, I know I loved Nosferatu. Nosferatu was such a good movie in my opinion. Um, The Northman was such a great movie. The Northman is such an underrated movie in my personal opinion. The Witch is a really good movie. The Lighthouse is insane. So everything he's really done, he's hit it out of the park on, in my personal opinion. So for him to be doing a werewolf story, of course, Willem Dafoe's pretty much been in almost everything the man's done. Willem Dafoe always kills it, so it's good to see him back under it. And one thing that I found fascinating about this movie that I found out is apparently Aaron Taylor Johnson doesn't have a singular line of dialogue in this movie.
Hmm.
So that'll be pretty interesting. I do love like the darkness of it. Like it just looks super dark. Um
It has the same feel as Nosferatu.
yeah, I feel honestly it feels like it's darker than Nosferatu. Like it just feels a lot darker than Nosferatu in my personal opinion.
Well, just based off of what I seen in the trailer.
Right, right. But it looks like it'll be a good time. I'm excited to see it. Caleb, you said you may have saw the trailer, but
Yeah, I may have, but
even if you
I may want to
haven't,
double watch it.
even if you haven't, with a movie like this, it being a dark, going back in the times of the original werewolf stories and everything, what do you hope to see in this movie?
I mean, I hope to see them stay, true to the legends. I just hope that they do it right.
Yeah,
It's kind of hard to make a bad Wolfman movie as long, if the writing is good itself.
I want to see an actual werewolf. Like I don't want to see.
Yeah.
I don't want to see like. In the Wolfman, we got like not saying it's a bad movie, but it didn't look like a werewolf. It kind of looked like a hybrid of a human and a wolf. In which, yeah, that's a werewolf. But
Isn't that what a werewolf is?
yeah, but it's not like you remember what the werewolf looked like in those movies. It didn't look like a typical werewolf that we're used to. Um, no,
Well, I just think that was a poor shot movie all around.
yeah, it's definitely.
Don't get me wrong, it was decent, but yeah,
It was definitely
I
not
didn't feel
Yeah.
great about it.
It was definitely not one of Blumhouse's best movies. I will say, I don't know if y'all know this. After Werewolf, Robert Eggers' next project is apparently going to be a sequel to the 1986 Jim Henson classic Labyrinth.
Really?
He's apparently attached to write and direct the film. So that's pretty interesting. I'm guessing it would probably be a darker take on the Labyrinth.
It's going to be a sequel, so
But it
I
being a
mean, the
sequel,
question is do they stick with Jareth and have a replacement actor for David Bowie's character?
Right, right.
Or I mean, I don't know how I feel about that entirely.
Does it make sense to do a sequel to that movie?
Not, I don't.
Not,
I think it should
not
be just a
really.
remake. Honestly, like a darker
Yeah, if
remake.
they were gonna do the movie, it shouldn't be a direct sequel. It should be a remake or just like a complete like reimagining of the story.
What's up, Cryptic? What's up, Jerome? Welcome to the pod. Um. So yeah, I mean that's my thought on it because when you think of the labyrinth, automatically people's going to think about the Jim Henson puppets and David Bowie and the Babe and stuff like that.
Yeah, you
And
remind me of the Babe.
it's just like it doesn't feel like a Robert Eggers thing. He could, somehow come around and surprise us with what he does, but I guess it's just like
I
a
hope.
we'll have to see what happens type of thing.
It's not that it doesn't feel like something that he would do. It just doesn't feel like something that needs a sequel.
Right. I mean,
It
I
doesn't.
agree. I agree. I mean, if it like somehow happens and we still get Jennifer Connelly, the original actress from it, and everything to come back for it, that'd be one thing. But it's
Does
just,
it make sense to have her back?
I mean, if it's a sequel, maybe I don't know. Like I said, this
I,
movie that's just like something that we're gonna have to figure it out as it comes around, I guess.
Or should it be that it's more so of, yeah, we're calling it right now a sequel, but it's a prequel to it?
If it was a prequel, I think that'd be better. But I just feel like it's gonna have to be darker with Robert Eggers on the whim because every movie he's done has had like a dark tone. Even Northman, even though it's not a horror movie, it's still got a darker tone to it. So
Right. So, I mean, if you did a prequel, you would have a better way to do a
right,
darker just telling
which
of how it came to be.
Labyrinth in itself,
Labyrinth is.
it's pretty dark, but it's not like dark Robert Eggers dark. So that's why I'm
It's not dark like that. I mean, it's got dark undertones,
yeah.
and it's
But
got
maybe
but
Robert
but
Eggers will
it's
bring those out though.
yeah. I hope that I just hope that they reconsider making it a sequel
We'll
and
have to
maybe
see.
just doing a remake. I would be happy. I would honestly be okay with them doing a remake, even if I hated the remake.
Yeah. Well, we'll have
You
to
know.
see. We'll have to see. All right, so let's get on to the next topic of the night. So we have been hearing some rumors about the Batman, well, not the Batman,
Hmm.
a Batman, and it is a rumor that an actor named Tom Brittney is in the possibility to be eyed as the DCU's Batman. I've got a picture of him up on the screen for those watching. Um, don't really remember what he's in. Do you know, Ridge, off the top of your head while I'm looking it up?
I was going to say, give me a second, I'll look it up. He's not in too many things. I know he's in, I can't think of the
Oh, so
movie
okay,
now.
so apparently he's going to be in the new Fall movie, which the first Fall
Yeah.
is a great movie. But other than that, he's not really been in much. I mean, he's been in some things. It's not stuff that I've seen. So, one that checks off somebody that we don't really know that could, make a surprise performance. I think he doesn't look bad. I mean,
I mean, he's 35,
he's
so
35. That's a decent age. He's 6'2", so he wouldn't be too terribly short. I mean, he's pretty chiseled, and honestly, with his jawline, I could see it under the mask. I could see it, so I wouldn't be too mad. Though I'm kind of like curious on the fact of what year Batman this was, because I know they want Damian. It's supposed to be the Brave and the Bold, Damian Wayne, and all the other Bat family kids. So I don't know how that'll play into the part. But if it is him, that'd be awesome. Like I said, I like the idea of bringing in somebody new to play Batman. I mean, because that all we ever talk about is, is it going to be Gyllenhaal? Is it going to be Jensen Ackles? Is it going to be anybody that we already know? And the idea of pulling a Corn Sweat, what Corn Sweat is, he's done some things, but he's not huge. To giving somebody younger the limelight so they can carry on that character for a little bit longer, you know?
Well, it's more so too that's cheaper.
Yeah, that too. But it's kind of like the ways of bringing in Tom Holland for Spider-Man or something like this. Is bringing in somebody that hasn't
Well, I
really
mean
been known.
that's like with any role.
Right.
Like if you think back to the MCU, not a lot of people knew who Chris Hemsworth was until he got Thor.
Right.
You know, you slightly knew who RDJ was, but he wasn't in good limelight, so he was cheap.
Yeah, the thing with RDJ is he was known, but he wasn't known to be a superhero. He was known to be
Yeah.
the former addict and stuff like that. So, but that's the thing about superhero movies, being able to you know create an image for yourself, like a fresh start, like how it did for RDJ. Let's see what Jerome said. I know where I was working before, but I'm okay. Them to look wise. I do like Jensen as Batman. No, I mean, I like the idea of Jensen Ackles playing Batman just because, one, he's voiced him already. I mean, he did a really good job voicing him in the Long Halloween animated movies. Um, I just don't know if I could see his look. I mean, I feel like he would fit it, of course. I mean, we've seen him in a Batman costume, like on a Halloween one time or something like that. But I don't know if Jensen could pull it off. I wish we could go back in time and let him be, Red Hood. But hey, at least we got the voice of it. So
I love it that you said, let's see what Jerome said, and then continue to just murmur it to yourself. Instead of reading out loud, you sit there. Okay, yeah.
Hey, man, look, my brain's not processed at that moment. So
Is it ever?
No. So before we continue on with the podcast, I want to get you guys' opinion. Starting with you, Caleb, with how this guy looks and like the new and up and coming person, how would you think, or what would you think if this guy got cast as Batman today?
I think, just based on the look, I think he would make a pretty decent Bruce Wayne. Jawline, I could see maybe with the Batman. But I think it just really does boil down to how well he's going to be able to embody that character, and it also, the writing has to be there too, or it's not going to be good.
Right.
And so there's a lot of factors, in my opinion, that play in on this, but I wouldn't be opposed to him playing it. I would just have to see a little bit more.
Jerome said that he believes if Jensen was Batman, they would have to do like a DCAU vibe where it's like Teen Titans versus the Justice League, but with this one, we could see more comic vibes mixed with the Batman animated series type of vibe. I could see that, Jerome. I could see that. I mean, you're right with if it was Jensen, it'd have to be more of the animated universe vibe, just because, like I said, I'm confused on what they're going to do with this in the first place, because they want him to be older, but then they're looking at a 30-year-old to play him, and I think it's weird that we'll have Red Hood, Nightwing, Red Robin, and Robin all in the same area. So it's just like, how old is he really going to be? But Ridge, what is your thought on the possibility of Tom Brittany, my bad, not Bailey. Tom Brittany playing Batman.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a hot take real quick. Well, it might not be that hot, but I don't think this is good casting right here. Right. I think that if it was going to be good casting, they would have went for somebody, to be honest, that's about 40, 45 years old.
Yeah, that's my thought.
Don't get me wrong. I like the idea of having someone new play Batman, and a new actor that hasn't been well established. Don't get me wrong, I like that. But you gotta think, this dude looks like he's supposed to be playing pretty much another version of Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Like
another guy that's only been at it a couple of years.
right. Like if you told me
So it
that,
should.
if you came to me and told me that this guy was playing like Red Hood, I'd be like, okay, I mean, I see it. Or somebody like that, maybe. Or if we were like starting fresh with the Batman, if we were starting with, year one Batman, I could see it too. But, we're not. So that's the part that gets
Yeah.
me. I think I'm with you, Ridge. I would like to see somebody that's like 40, 45 years old to come up into this. But,
I would like a chiseled veteran Batman in
right.
this universe because while yes, he has a kid, he's been at it for a while, and this Batman to me doesn't scream that he's been Batman for a while and had time to have a kid. He
Yeah.
had a kid like in his first 2 years of being Batman. Is what it looks like.
And this is the thing, is like, this is like, not, he didn't just have a kid, he's had the kid and has already gone through the whole process of the kid becoming Robin.
Right.
Like, we'd have to be at least, you know 10 to 12 area, I believe. That's when Damien became Robin. But he, at this point, Damien's already been with Ra's al Ghul for a while, and Talia, and with the League of Assassins. And he would have had to, and even if we start the Brave and the Bold with Damien coming to him, it would have to be the whole, like, if you watch the animated movies, and I know, Jerome, you have, um the Son of Batman movies and the Batman versus Robin movie, and like, which leads into like the Justice League versus the Teen Titans and stuff like that. Like, there's just so much to tell, and it's like, it'd just be weird to be like, hey, yeah, this 35-year-old guy has a 10, 12-year-old son, and he's Robin off the rip. And like, that's what I've heard, like, people from like Calvin and stuff like that say. It's just like confusing that we're starting off and having the full Bat family. You know what I mean? Like, can we not get the story with Dick Grayson? Can we not get the story with Jason Todd? And it's like, y'all are making Clayface, and we didn't get a Under the Red Hood or the Death in the Family movie. And I know people, like, when I say Death in the Family movie, that's a little touchy, because that's a pretty messed up thing to see on screen, especially for kids, right? Because, I mean, we all know what the Joker did to the Red Hood. And I can understand skipping over that, but we also need some kind of backstory, which I know we are getting that animated movie of, or that like semi animation, whatever movie that they're doing for Nightwing and Red Hood. What was it called? Best Friends or something like that, Ridge?
Dynamic duo, I think.
Yeah, Dynamic Duo. So maybe that'll be a fill-in, but it's just like, how much of a fill-in are we going to get, or is it just going to be like a buddy cop movie?
Do we think that James Gunn is going to last?
Honestly, with how Supergirl has done, I would think he might be on. He might be on the. I wouldn't say on the outs just yet, but I think he's on the fence.
Well, his contract's coming up here in the next couple of years, I think.
It's just
I
like,
mean, unless somehow Clayface just does phenomenal,
right.
and then Lanterns will have to do phenomenal. Whatever movie's next does phenomenal. By then, his contract will be up. Is there going to be enough there for them to think, yeah, we're going to keep him around here at Paramount?
I don't know. And to be honest with you, I've got to say this because it's been itching at me, and I've said this since they announced Superman, and they did it partially, and they did it in Superman a good amount, not like too much for me, but I feel like every dang movie that Gunn does now, every movie, they're always comparing it to Guardians of the Galaxy, because there are too many Guardians of the Galaxy like components in those movies. There's always got to be multiple heroes. There's always got to be it's always got to be more comedic than most. Then it's
There's always got to be some sort of soundtrack to it, you know, with certain
and
popular songs.
And I'm not saying a soundtrack is bad, but it's just like you always got to dig in your bag and pull out songs that people don't remember and throw it in there to make it popular again. And it's just like I've not seen Supergirl. I've not yet. But the thing is like I don't really have the drive to want to see it anymore.
I was going to say, I don't know if I want to see it anymore. I was excited for it. I've said it on this podcast that I was excited for the movie.
Yeah, we both have.
But now there's no excitement there for me.
Like to hear that it's just Guardians of the Galaxy but Supergirl, and that they really don't follow the Woman of Tomorrow story as much as they said they was going to. And you know, like Jerome's saying, is with the overall fan reaction to Gunn, especially the Gunn don't jam fans, and the popularity of these movies, besides one of so far lately, he said he thinks it'll be a strong possibility, and I'm guessing he meaning him leaving.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, I get his niche. I understand why he does it. But not every superhero movie has to be Guardians of the dang Galaxy. It's like
not every superhero movie has to have 10 superheroes in it.
That's my point. Is like Superman.
You're establishing the DCU. Why are you throwing in so many people? If you're going to do that, you might as well go ahead and say, "Hey, the next movie that we have on our table will be Justice League."
And the thing is we super glazed Superman, right? I mean, I still love that movie. But here's the problem with it now that it's been over a year since it's come out, and that, you know, we've seen it multiple times. They didn't make Superman super. Like, he was getting his hind end handed to him the majority of the movie until the end of it. Then and y'all can say I'm wrong on this, but I feel like Superman got overshadowed in his own movie. Because who is getting his own show, or, you know, what show is now in the works because of that movie? Mr. Terrific. Then, you know, James Gunn had to go and make Crypto, which, you know, I had no problem with Crypto. But he had to go and make his own dog Crypto just because he wanted to make his own dog Crypto instead of look like Crypto in the comics. Then you had to make it...
Don't get wrong, I wasn't mad at that.
No,
by no means.
I get why he did it. It's a good meaning, and I understand it. But what I'm trying to get to is he's taken too many liberties. Like,
does it feel odd too, though, that we're getting these like unnecessary shows and movies with characters that nobody has asked for?
Right, and it's like, not saying Creature Commandos was good, because it was a good show.
Creature Commandos was good,
but who knows him?
But getting into I can't even think of the guy's name that they're doing a show about.
Is that Sergeant
around? No, Gorilla Grodd and the dude from the Daily Bugle.
Oh, Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, why is he getting his own show?
That's another character I feel like Superman was overshined in his own movie.
It doesn't make sense. Like, give us, instead of doing that, if you want to give us something with Gorilla Grodd, give us a Flash TV show.
Right.
What's it going to hurt to give the Flash a TV show? Would it be fun for him to have a movie? Yes, but we don't need a movie. We can have a TV show, and it still be fine. But you got to give us characters that we actually recognize, and that normal fans that don't read comics all the time, that have no idea about some of these characters, it just goes right past some people's heads. You got to give them somebody that we know.
I just think James Gunn shot himself in the foot when we watch Superman and he's already facing a clone. And he's only been Superman for 2 years, and somehow Lex Luthor already knows every single move he does, already has a clone, and everything.
Listen, to be fair, I like the idea of having the clone.
Yes,
because I like the idea of eventually, somehow, that clone is just Bizarro.
Right.
Will we see that? Probably not. Probably not. But
probably not.
It was a good little hint at what you could do versus what you're actually doing.
That's the thing, is like, I'm not saying, because like I said, I love Superman. I still think Superman is one of my favorite Superman movies of all time. Though I still have a love of Man of Steel, just because Man of Steel is the movie that made me like Superman. Um, Hold on. Jerome said it should be a mix of new original concepts with characters we don't know and a mix of things we do know, such as Wonder Woman, Batman, Flash. Maybe make animated stuff for characters that aren't popular. Right, like they did with Creatures from
I'm fine
Jersey.
with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But whenever you give your main TV shows and your main movies to these B-list characters, even worse D-list characters, it doesn't make any sense.
And like another thing that doesn't make sense is they keep. I mean, I don't know if they're planning on doing any more Peacemaker or not, but what doesn't make sense is, like, even when you watch that last episode of season 1 of Peacemaker, when you see the silhouettes of the Justice League, you see everybody. You see Gal Gadot's silhouette. You see Jason Momoa's silhouette. You see Ezra Miller's silhouette, but you see David Cornsweat's silhouette now instead of Henry Cavill's. How does that make sense?
I don't know. I don't watch the show.
Like, I mean, I haven't really watched it either, but I've seen the clip.
Nothing. Okay, so from what I know, that show, if I'm not mistaken, shows different universes.
Right, yes.
In the second season, right?
But why would that make sense when he shows up in Superman?
Slater, I want to say something, but I can't say it because there's probably children listening. But
I get where you're coming from.
It beats something off, okay? Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Alright, because nothing 100% makes sense on how we're going about things in the DCU. Hopefully he'll figure this stuff out. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe after we get Clayface and this Man of Tomorrow movie and Lanterns, it turns around. But so far it's not, and so far that leaves me worried.
I was just about to say that I am getting scared that the same old thing's about to happen. And
it's a shame.
Right, it really is. And I'm gonna say it like this. I'm not a Snyder Cult person. I don't sit here and scream that Snyder's vision needs to be brought back. But here's the thing. I just rewatched the Justice League a couple days ago. And that, to me, is still arguably the best comic book movie I've ever seen. I think, I mean, when we talk about an older Batman, we had that older Batman. I mean, and I loved Corn Sweat, but Cavill looked great as Superman, did he not? And we had Cyborg. Though Ezra Miller is a POS now, I mean, his Flash was phenomenal. Not in the movie, but in the Justice League movie. But it's just like...
I just hate how it's so hard for them to figure out the best way to go about things.
It's like we need somebody like Feige. I'm not saying it should be Feige, but we need somebody who knows and truly understands these characters and how their stories should be told. Like we've had the MCU, which is now coming up on freaking 20 years, a whole consecutive cinematic universe that's been going consecutively for 20 years, even had its lows lower than the DCU, and is still doing better.
That's a bit of a bold statement right there, Slater.
Now, Ridge,
I wouldn't say it's had lower points than the DCU.
The Marvels?
I would not say that was lower than some things that came from the DCU.
Not saying...
I'm trying to be nice, because to me, I would take the Marvels over Suicide Squad.
Which one? The first one or the second?
The first one. I would take Marvels over the Harley Quinn movie.
Oh, 100%.
Birds of Prey.
100%. 100. And I'm not saying that movie is not bad. What I'm saying is, like, when we're talking about like numbers in the box office and everything.
Well, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's had worse numbers than a lot of other movies that the MCU has put out. Okay, if we're just talking about MCU wise
Right.
here, if we're comparing numbers, sure. But I'm not comparing numbers. I'm saying, just out of my own personal opinion, I would take some of the bad things that have come from the MCU over the things that have come from the DCU.
Right.
Or, excuse me, DCEU. Let's make that clear.
Right. And I'm gonna say this. Jerome, you said that he said, "Be honest, I never really liked anything from Snyderverse beside a few of the castings and costumes," which I can totally understand. The only thing I like, my thing is I really love Affleck as Batman, but here's the thing: I don't like that he's gotten to the point where if he kills somebody, he's not gonna be sad about it, or you know. And I think though the nightmare scene in the Snyder Cut was pretty cool.
That was fun.
It was cool. I mean, to see that confrontation between Joker and Batman, that was, a really awesome point to see. But the thing is like, and I get this from Calvin too. And Calvin's a big comic book fan. So this is where I get, some thoughts from. And we got to think about some of these people, man. Why did we have to almost see a nightmare situation? Why did we have to almost see an injustice storyline? I mean, like, that is pretty fast,
Well, I mean, I'll tell you why we would want to end up seeing an injustice scene. Because it's cool.
I mean, it is cool, but...
Because I would want to see it.
Also, let's also make it clear that people have been wanting an Injustice movie since the game first came out.
Here's the thing is we got an animated movie, though. And then the animated movie is good.
It is.
Animated's different than live action.
Exactly. And I love animation, you know that. So.
Here's the thing, Rich. DC animated movies are better than any DC live action movie they've ever come out with. And not saying specifically Injustice.
How many people are watching the animateds versus the live actions? How many animateds are getting thrown into theaters that DCU makes?
No, you're fair. Like that is
that's my side of seeing this argument is
right.
While that stuff might be good, it's not getting put in front of the people.
Right, like, I mean, Jerome, yes, Injustice storyline fits with the Snyder mind and aesthetic. Yeah, it does. It does. But it's just like, the thing is, they wouldn't even go in Injustice. They were just going straight Nightmare.
Because it was a fun, dark way to go.
Something that just touched, like, it just feels crazy because, it does kind of hurt me a little bit that we'll never get to see that come to fruition. Just because, like I said, I think the Snyder Cut is an amazing movie. Like, I personally give it movie a 10 out of 10. Just because that movie hit on so many different levels. I mean, I literally threw away my copy of the original cut of Justice League. When literally right after I watched it, I grabbed it and chucked it in the trash. Because...
Well, that was just a smart thing to do.
It's just that... I mean, Justice League Snyder Cut is just, to me, that good. And they did the Flash correctly, of him having to turn back time to save the world. Like, awesome. But, I feel like we're going to go on for hours if I don't shut up, but...
Well, there's nothing wrong for us going on for hours. I mean, it's not like we have a lot of big things that we're just going to get to ramble on about like this. We got this and a couple of other things here than there.
But just my final piece of argument is, I feel like James Gunn is sticking to his niche, and I think it's starting to fade away. We don't need more. We don't need more team ups. We don't need more Guardians of the Galaxy themed stuff. When we're trying to move on, we're not trying to compare Supergirl and Superman to Guardians of the Galaxy. We don't need Superman and the Justice Gang, and we don't need Supergirl and her band of bandits. We just need Superman and Supergirl, and we need Wonder Woman, and we need Batman. Like, I just want to
We
see.
need the characters that we know first before giving us someone like Supergirl.
Establish a character, like a storyline. Establish, a universe. Then bring in the characters. Like no hate the guy,
And then
no hate the Guy Gardner, but why didn't we get Hal Jordan before Guy Gardner? That makes no sense.
and then if later on you want to bring these characters in, that's fine because then you can take a flop.
Right.
But right now you can't take a flop like this because you're just now starting it. Don't get it wrong; it's a bold start. But sometimes bold starts doesn't do good.
Right.
And so far, this has left me scratching my head more than it has given me hope.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny how a lot of us went from trusting in the gun universe, let him cook or whatever, to and
Right.
Maybe
I don't know about it anymore.
So
Yeah.
So Caleb, what's your last piece on this before we move on?
I mean, I totally get where people are coming from. I don't disagree with them. Feel like, if you're gonna make a superhero movie about a certain superhero, you shouldn't have to involve another group of superheroes to make people want to see it with some kind of comedy in that aspect. And I mean, you shouldn't need that, especially if you're trying to build your version of this superhero from the ground up in your own way to push your narrative the way you want to with the story.
Right.
So it was a good movie. I mean, I still like it. But I don't disagree with the people talking about we don't need Guardians of the Galaxy 50 basically. And I'm basically on the same page as you guys. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Like the Superman movie, loved it. But once you're done with that, you should probably try to do something a little different. Because if you oversaturate the market with the same thing over and over again, people will get sick of it, and that's what it seems like it's doing now.
Can I ask one more question while we're on the DCU here?
Yeah.
Because I forget my own notes. I don't know how much more we got. Do we feel like we need to be having this Bane and Deathstroke movie coming next down the pipeline?
Right. Like, what is the point of putting Bane and Deathstroke in a movie together? Like, I mean, at least right now, like, we need to see them go against Batman first. We don't even have a Batman, and y'all are making a Bane and Deathstroke movie?
And
I mean, if you're going to introduce him this way, but still, it doesn't feel necessary right now. Even though my arguments to that too is neither does Clayface, but I'm still looking forward to it just because I want this horror movie.
Well, they've also presented it in such a way that it's
To me, it's just to me it just feels like they are skipping any and all origin stories.
I think they're afraid to touch it. I think they're afraid that they can't trust anyone to actually do right by it. So they're just shooting spit wads at the wall and seeing which part of the brick it lands on, and they're going with that kind of thing.
I don't think that they're scared of origin stories. I think it's more so they feel like we've seen the same way Kevin Feige has done with Spider-Man. We've seen the origin story enough. You don't need it. You're not wrong, but you also don't need 10 superheroes in this one person's movie.
Right.
Whenever you're just starting. Because I can give that same argument towards Spider-Man. But it's different because it's been established
it's like
a certain way. And it's not been too over the top. And it has focused in on that character more so.
It's like this. I feel like if you wanted things to work out and you didn't want to have to worry about bringing in a whole new actor for Batman and have continuity issues and everything, you should have just brought in Pattinson's Batman. Just because Pattinson's Batman actually worked. Like, people loved it. I love it. To me, it's the best Batman movie ever. Just to me. But my thing is now we're going to have two Batmans going at the same time, or are you going to make us wait till Pattinson has his trilogy done to even show us who Batman is and have us being like, what's going on?
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to wait till this second one's at least done before we get into this new Batman. I feel like.
And the thing
Does
is,
any of it make sense? No.
I'm just
But I also see why we don't have Pattinson as this Batman neither.
I do too, because the universes don't feel the same. But the thing is like, I'm just afraid that once we do hear about a Batman in the DCU, people are gonna lose interest in the Pattinson Batman, and we're not gonna get the conclusion of that one.
It's according to how good that movie is, as if we're going to lose interest in it or not.
Right.
Just from a simple look at it.
Yeah.
To me,
trust me,
it depends on how that story goes. If the story is great and the movie's great, then we'll be there for Pattinson's. And if the other one's not great or is great, we'll be there for that one or we won't be. It just depends on how good they are at the end of the day.
It's like, look, man, I'm literally at my desk right beside me. I've got the Funko Pop of him sitting in his Batmobile, and I've got the cowl. I've got the full cowl right here, right beside me. That, I pray that movie's gonna be good. I'll never forget getting to go to the world premiere for the Batman. I went like 3 days early before it came out, in the middle of the week, just to watch it at like 10 o'clock at night. That movie is special to me, so like I'm afraid that it's gonna miss. I pray it ain't. I don't think it will, but I'm afraid that they're gonna do something so people can forget about it, so we can start thinking about a new Batman.
As long as Gunn doesn't touch it, it should be fine.
Right.
I don't think he will touch it.
He shouldn't.
I don't think they'll allow him to touch it.
I think that I don't think it's that they won't allow him to touch it. I think that the director won't let him touch it.
Jerome said,
and then they might get into a fiasco over it, but I don't think it'll matter by then.
Jerome said that The Dark Knight is his favorite, and I can understand that. I mean, the Dark Knight trilogy itself is a great trilogy. Just my thing is, Christian Bale doesn't move as Batman needs to be moving. I mean, I swear the way he fights is so goofy. And that's no shade on him. I just feel like The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises was carried by the villains.
Yeah, well, at least he wasn't George Clooney's Batman.
I think that's a fair argument for the first. Well, not first one. Yeah, no, the first one and the third one that the villains carried it.
Bro, Heath Ledger literally won an Oscar for The Dark Knight.
Okay, but I don't think he carried the movie.
I don't know.
I think all around it was a good movie.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not saying the movie's bad.
I love the movie. Just based off of the people itself. It wasn't just one person that made that movie.
Look, Aaron Eckhart was a phenomenal Two-Face. I loved Aaron Eckhart as Two-Face. I mean, Christian Bale plays a great Batman. I think he plays an even better Bruce Wayne. Morgan Freeman is a fantastic Fox. I mean, and honestly, Michael Caine's Alfred is elite. Like,
oh yeah, Michael Caine's elite in almost any movie he plays in.
Right. It's just, when I hear anybody talk about The Dark Knight, not saying us, but anybody else talk about The Dark Knight, all they talk about is Heath Ledger. That's all I get from it. I don't get I don't get the he's not. You're not.
That's because a lot of the people that have seen the Dark Knight only have watched
the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Rises, right? Or am I wrong?
That trilogy.
No, just that one movie.
The Dark Knight.
They haven't watched every single one of them.
Right.
They just watched that one because they were all told it was a great Batman movie. And it was a great Joker.
Yes.
Other than that, people could care less.
Jerome was saying that the Alfred from Gotham was his favorite. He's a great Alfred too. I can't hold you on that. But I like the way Circus is playing Alfred too. And if you grew up watching the '90s Batman movies like Batman and Robin, I know it sucks. Whatever. I love the movie. Hush. That guy who played Robin in those Batman movies, the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, I love that Robin too. Well, not Robin.
He was a really good Robin.
That's my favorite Robin, but that Alfred. Yes. But let's continue on because I'm going to end up bringing up Val Kilmer's Batman, and if I don't, shut up. All right. Anybody got anything else to say?
Nope, because we'll be on this for too long.
Yeah.
Yes, we mean Jerome.
All right, Ridge, I'll let you take over this part because I've only seen bits and pieces of it. But the Angry Birds 3 movie trailer.
Yeah, so Angry Birds 3 is coming out here with, I think, next year. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I didn't put that at all. I watched a trailer to it. It's just going to be a good family movie from what it looks like because we see, if I'm not mistaken, they called the bird Red.
The main one.
We see, the main bird from the past 2 other movies. We see that he is now a dad.
Right.
So, it's just going to be a good family movie. It looks like I watched the trailer once. That's my bad. I should have had us watching the trailer today before we got on, but had some other pun intended duties to take care of before hopping on, and wasn't able to get on in enough time for us to watch this trailer. So my bad, guys. Don't have a lot to go off of. All I know is that it looks like it's a good movie to take your kids to.
Yeah, it'll be a movie that you can take your kids to and you not even focus on what's going on.
Well, I mean, you might focus on it a little bit.
Right.
Because it has the feeling of any movie of someone going through having a kid.
Right.
And having a teenager. Because he has a teenager. I think he has like 2 kids. That's all I can remember is 2 kids. He has a teenager and he has a almost newborn.
Right.
And it's him having to deal with being a parent and all of his friends helping him out being a parent. So it's kind of cool to see. It's going to be interesting to me, I think. Of course, I'm a parent myself, so of course I think this is going to be a fun little movie to watch. And I'm sure they'll figure out a way to make some type of emotional thing happen to just tug at my heartstrings from being a dad myself. So, yeah.
All right.
That's all I got on it. I'm sorry. Slacking.
I mean, you're good. Just, I've not even watched Angry Birds 2, so...
I haven't watched any of the Angry Birds movies, so...
I think I started watching the second one and just gave up, not even halfway through it. The first one was fun.
Yeah, first one was
kind of like the Minecraft. It's kind of like the Minecraft movie is like halfway through it, you're like, what am I watching?
It's a little different than Minecraft.
Minecraft is a little, I've seen worse movies, definitely, but,
Listen, in all honesty, these movies are meant for, like, Angry Birds. It's meant for kids, Yeah. But at the same time, I love watching animated movies. So to me, this is going to be something that I probably won't go to a theater to watch this because I don't like being around that many people sometimes. And this isn't one of those times that I want to be around a lot of people, so I'll probably just wait till it comes out
And I tell y'all what, it is not worth.
on demand.
It is not worth going to watch a kids movie when you know there's going to be a lot of kids there.
It sometimes is,
I mean,
but
yeah,
very, very, very rarely is it.
like Super Mario. That's worth it.
Oh yeah, that
But
was worth it. Both of those. Yeah, and what was I gonna say? Um, Toy Story 5. That was a good one to go watch. Even though there was a bunch of kids there when we went, like it was a good watch.
yeah, it's a good
Great crowd.
It's just it's got to be a movie that's worth getting all those talking and the laughing.
You
Yeah.
you gotta pick and choose your kid movies to go watch in theaters, and when the best time to go is.
And the thing is, I love K-pop Demon Hunters, but could you imagine having to go watch that movie in theaters? Goodness,
A bunch of kids going, just screaming at the top
No,
of their
I
lungs.
could not imagine.
this the singing along is what would get me. And like,
Oh god.
but
See, you think that's a bad thing, but at the same time, that was people's worries with Wicked.
right.
And that wasn't that bad because there wasn't anyone during that singing along. And most of the time, too, especially like something with that type of movie, they'll have a sing along come out
Right.
like a month later.
It's like
Give it time.
It's like when me and you went and watched that Rocky Horror Picture Show thing at the Athens. It's like whenever you go there for the sing along, for the interactions and stuff like that. That's one thing, but
Well, they have a different theater for it.
right. But it's just like
You know, you get to pick and choose. Do you want to go watch the sing along or do you want to watch the normal version? Sing along's over here in theater 2, normal version's over here in theater 1.
right.
But I mean, at the same time, let's just cut back to it real quick. Angry Birds isn't going to be a sing along. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Only thing you got to worry about is kids running around a little bit, maybe some babies crying, because for some reason people think that they need to take their newborns
Oh,
to the theater.
speaking of kids in movie theaters and the Batman. When,
Hey, no. That
No.
I'm answering that phone
No, okay.
call. Oh my
Hey,
God.
guys, I'm going to cut us off right there. If we want to go on this rant, we should have done it while we was talking about
Yeah, we
Batman.
should, we
All
should,
right,
we should.
we'll be on that rant forever and a day. Okay, let's pick a different time to do this rant.
Look, the only thing I'm gonna say is if you ain't go, if you're gonna watch a kids movie, expect it. If you got a little kid standing in the seat in front of you, just staring at you instead of watching the movie, you signed up for it. All right.
Sorry, that only happens to you because you're big.
Yes, absolutely. Mommy, why is his stomach so big? Shut up! I hear it every day. All right.
Sometimes I think you belong to a circus.
At this point, I think I do.
Just because of how well you fascinate children.
It's in all ages too, boy. I tell you that. All right.
I mean,
let's get on
you're
to
just
the
a
next
phenomenon.
I am a walking planet.
I wasn't taking it that far, but all right.
All right, on to the next topic. All right, Riz, you got some nice news about Black Panther 3 for us?
Yeah, I got a little bit of talking points on it. All right. So, from what I've heard rumored, is that in Black Panther 3, they're going to show T'Challa the Second aged up,
Nice.
and it's going to lean into the supernatural side of things,
Okay.
and also focus in on mutants.
I mean, yeah. Kind of need that.
Obviously, I think you need mutants just because it's
The next saga.
like you got to build into Storm here.
Oh yeah,
It's a great opportunity to build into the idea of having Storm finally,
and I hope that
and to tell that story.
if they do bring in Storm, let them be married. Because
Well, they don't have to be married right off the rip.
no, not right off the rip, but over time.
Well, I mean, yeah, just in this third installment, I don't think you have to show that they are married.
No,
Is what I'm getting at. I think that
Jerome,
you gotta build up
are you saying
the.
you haven't seen the second Black Panther? Is that what you're asking, my boy?
Asking or telling.
Are you saying you haven't seen the second one, like as in the Black Panther?
He hasn't seen this. What he's saying is he hasn't seen the second one any good.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good.
If you're gonna watch Doomsday, watch it.
The first few minutes of the movie really tug at your strings,
bro,
to say the least.
I was crying so hard in the movie theater that Mikey looked over at me and put his hand on my shoulder to console me.
Even towards like the very end.
Yes.
And sorry, we kind of, well, we didn't really, but for those that don't want anything ruined on this movie, cover your ears. You meet
2, 1. Okay.
You meet T'Challa Jr.
Yeah.
And that just tugs at your fucking heartstrings right there. Pardon my French. But if I'm going to let out a bomb, it's going to be right now talking about this. It just pulls at your emotions. The whole movie is just an emotional ride the whole time.
I mean, the movie, and like he said, sorry, but it's your fault. The majority of the movie is about dealing with the loss of Chadwick Boseman because they didn't recast him. I mean, and I'm saying to Chadwick Boseman because T'Challa, but they put a lot of their real emotions into that movie, so it should tell you how emotional it is. And just like for the end of it, we hear, "My name is Toussaint, but my real name is T'Challa." Just like that, you want. I about hit my knees just in the movie theater. It's just, and honestly, Namor is a great villain that they had in the movie too. So, but like we said, or like I said, if you're going to watch Doomsday, you have to watch Black Panther 2, just because, I mean,
to understand certain characters that are popping up. If you don't watch Black Panther 2, you're going like, who is that? Why are you here?
Right.
Since when have you been here?
Right.
Well, they've been there since Black Panther 2. You just didn't watch Black Panther 2.
Right.
So you got to watch Black Panther 2 to understand why that character's here now.
Yeah. See, he said, "I'll watch it." See, there you go, Jerome. God bless you.
I'm glad that they are leaning into the idea of aging up.
Yes.
T'Challa Jr.
To me, that's the only right. To me, that's the only right path that we have. Even if we see him in Doomsday or Secret Wars, I feel like that's still the only right thing to do.
Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be mad at seeing someone else playing a T'Challa from a different universe, but that does not need to be the MCU's T'Challa.
Right, like
it doesn't need to be.
Like what makes me think is, and I'm only getting this from X-Men '97, right? And this is no spoilers for the new season, so y'all are fine. But at the end of season 1, we see the Black Panther, but it's T'Chaka. Like, what if we see Black Panther in Doomsday or Secret Wars, it could be T'Chaka instead of T'Challa. Just like a younger version of his dad.
It can be T'Challa. I don't care. But if you're going to have it be T'Challa, have him be from a different universe.
Right. Right.
But don't have him go on after Secret Wars as the main T'Challa in our universe.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
Because we already have Junior, and we've already established that, hey, he should probably be the next one, especially if we're going to build up the storyline of him having a love interest with Storm. It just makes sense to have the younger version.
Yep. And if you want to know the perfect person to play him, Damon Idris, please and thank you.
Eh,
All right.
it's according to how old.
Yeah, it is according to how old they want to make him, but
That's my only thought with that. I wouldn't mind it if they have him playing the different universe version of T'Challa
right.
in Doomsday / Secret Wars. Wouldn't mind that at all. Have no complaints with that. However, according to how old they're aging T'Challa Jr. at, I don't necessarily see him as the best fit. Now, if you ask me, who's the best fit? I don't know. Chill out. We ain't there yet. We'll get there when we get there.
They could just go down the road and get Miles Canton, who played Sam in Sinners, and get Jamie Lawson to play Storm. That way, we can get Sammy and the one girl from Sinners back together.
To be honest, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact of how they already have ties to Ryan Coogler. Exactly.
I mean, Jamie Lawson's my pick for Storm, anyways. I mean, there's other great picks, but I like to see her as Storm. But either way, anything else on Black Panther 3, fellas?
It's going to be interesting to see what they do diving into the supernatural side.
Well, if they're going to bring in Storm, or at least mutants, they're going to have to be somewhat supernatural, especially depending on what mutant is going to be in it, you know? All right.
I wouldn't necessarily think you'd have to dive into the supernatural side. I mean, whenever I think of supernatural side, I'm thinking you're diving into something more so like what you'd see in like Doctor Strange or
right. I mean,
something to do with Wanda,
which could mean they could be going against Brother Voodoo.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll just have to see. I'm sure it'll be some years before we know. All right, on to the next thing. All right, Riz, you got some Comcast and Netflix stuff, news, whatever.
Yeah. Yep. I sure do. So, apparently it's been a few weeks because we take our breaks occasionally. So while we were taking our breaks, the news had come out that Comcast is splitting off from NBC Universal and is possibly looking to sell. And as of right now, the top buyer rumored is Netflix.
That's actually interesting because I didn't honestly see that kind of a merger coming.
Now, it's not 100% set in stone that they are looking to sell. It's just rumored that they're looking to possibly sell, and if they do sell, the top name is going to be Netflix, more than likely. Just as of right now, they split off their brand from Comcast, so NBC Universal is strictly NBC Universal. Comcast is strictly Comcast.
Right.
But if Netflix does get it, it'll be good for them considering the fact on how they want to get into the studio side of things. And also they get them into the theme park industry as well.
True. Well.
So it'll be an interesting wait and see thing with it.
Yeah, it definitely will.
Just depending on how everything goes. Well, there's a great chance that this will probably happen. If Netflix does decide that they would want Comcast, or not Comcast, but Universal, NBC, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we're slightly struggling today, folks.
I mean, I wouldn't be. I'm just not surprised by it. I mean, Netflix is huge, and if we're going to be going more and more towards just straight streaming than cable, I feel like them buying Comcast out and have everything just flow through Netflix instead of be on TV just makes sense.
It kind of does because a lot of people are on, pretty much everybody has some sort of streaming platform they pay for. And Netflix is a big one. Hulu's a big one, but they're with Disney now, obviously. So Comcast merging with Netflix, honestly, may be surprising, but it does make kind of sense
Yeah.
if they were thinking of selling.
Even then, though, it doesn't necessarily mean that Netflix is going to buy, because they could still be possibly looking to see how this HBO Paramount deal goes. Because there's still a lot of drama around it right now. There are states suing over this. There are plenty of states that are not agreeing with it. Different, like out in UK, they're not agreeing with this right now.
Yeah.
So this deal might not even go through, and it might end up hurting Paramount more than it does help them. And guess who can more than likely, if it goes bad, will end up buying both of them at the same time? Netflix, because they showed interest first.
Well, what I was going to say was it would be kind of, wouldn't it be like tactical of them to kind of use the Comcast, if Comcast were to confirm they were looking at splitting it for sure and selling, to use that as a leverage point to say, look, if you want to, back out of this, that's fine. We got no problem going over and picking up Comcast and walking away from this deal.
Well,
that may be something that they've probably already considered. They've probably seen this coming. So
they've already split. It's just
okay,
a matter of if they sell, because they say right now, no, we're not looking to sell. We're just splitting the brands.
Right.
But a lot of people in the betting world, in the know, believe that they'll eventually sell.
Mm-hmm.
And the top person to buy would be Netflix. Yeah. But at the same time, there's also other brands out there that could potentially look to also buy. Because I wouldn't hold out on someone like Amazon trying to buy.
Right.
Or Apple looking to buy, possibly.
I mean, both Prime and Apple TV are pretty big in their own right as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if either of those did either.
And if Apple wanted to be really serious about the studio side of things,
Comcast,
then that would be a great move for them.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, do they want to throw that much money at them?
Yeah. All right. All right. Is we got anything else on this topic, fellas?
As of now, no.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll keep y'all updated when things like that keep it coming. But we're going to get on to this next piece of knowledge that we have.
Knowledge.
Garage. Lamborghini. Okay.
Dry martini. Me and my new bikini.
Holding my, you know what.
Banana bush.
All right, so Ridge, coming back to you because you're the man with knowledge.
You know what I love more than knowledge?
Men. I mean,
no, I wasn't going to say it. Wasn't going to say it at all.
All right, Ridge, you got us some fantastic news on the Siren Head movie.
Listen, it's not that much news. You pretty much already said the news. Guys, we are getting in the works a Siren Head movie with Zach Krager attached to it.
Zach freaking Krager, man. Let me tell you, Horror movies are good now, dude. I mean, horror movies has always been good, off and on, but this year alone has been insane for horror movies. I mean, the last 2 years, and Zach Krager was a big part of it. I mean, Weapons was a literal Oscar-winning movie, and I'm gonna say this: whenever we heard the Backrooms was gonna come out, right? Everybody was like, "Whoa, how's that gonna work?
Yeah, this is exactly what I was going to bring up.
Is it gonna be good? Is it like, will it even work in movie form?" And they have showed us that yes, it can. And when I first heard about the Siren Head movie, I was just like, why was it doesn't even make sense. But now, after I've seen Backrooms multiple times, I will say I'm kind of excited to see what they do with it. I'm kind of excited. What do you guys think? Caleb, I'll let you go first because I know you've seen Backrooms.
Yeah, my opinion about this is I'm excited. Um, and I believe that, to the people who were saying, like, why are we, especially, you were saying, we've been getting a lot of really good scary movies from these very independent, like, people that have come up from basically nothing, but from YouTube and stuff. And I think what started that is A24 taking their interest into certain stuff and
Right.
being so creatively open and being willing to work with, I feel like A24 really appreciates the creativity process by outsourcing to people, like getting real like info from the people who watch stuff and create things. And I think also another thing that has a big thing to do with why we're getting so much good stuff now is think of over the last 15 years now, how many 15, 16, 17 years of all these creepy pastas and everything and different stories and just all these internet horror stories just inspiring these people. And now you've got these production companies who are absolutely willing to listen to their creativity and produce something from it, and they've made really good stuff. So I'm excited to see a Siren Head movie. I mean, the lore is really crazy, and I think it'll be interesting to see what kind of story they write from it. So,
And like Jerome just said, there's there's a good subgenre here with internet folktales being
mm-hmm,
turned into a franchise. Is that
mm-hmm,
and it does heavily matter who's making the movies and how much they actually love the story and ideas behind it. Absolutely true.
exactly.
And that's like we got with the back rooms and things like that. They got the guy who actually created the miniseries for the back rooms to create the back rooms movie, and it's that that showed them that that was the best decision ever. So
Mm-hmm.
what Zach Krager needs to do is he needs to envelop himself into this universe or subgenre and envelop himself into the lore and learn all about it, know what happens and like things like that. Just because, as like you said, as long as they know the story and the ideas behind it and love it, it'll be great.
And like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like in the same week, I saw the Backrooms twice. That's how good it was.
Yeah.
There's people out there who was saying they didn't understand what was going on. They didn't care for it. It wasn't that scary. And it's like then you don't you didn't watch or understand anything that was going on the YouTube shows. Like they explicitly told people you kind of have to know what's going on here, even though they're gonna kind of tell you a bit. And
Like
some people walked
you,
into it, I think, expecting it to be a purely found footage thing and not understanding that they were actually trying to tell a story because we have the found footage stuff on YouTube.
right.
So, I mean, and I get that. Like, I was, like, thrown off at first. I was like, okay, there's some found footage elements, but it's a full story, and it was great. So, a Siren Head movie is not unrealistic at all, considering how you got to understand how hard it probably really was to bring the Backrooms to life and for a movie, especially for like practical effects.
Not gonna lie, if we can turn Winnie the Pooh into a horror movie, we can turn Siren Head into a movie. Ridge, you got anything? What's your take on this, brother?
Well, first off, why we like the Those two are completely freaking different, though, Slater.
it's not shade. I'm just saying, like, if we can take something like Winnie the Pooh and make it a horror movie,
It's
and if
two completely different things, sir.
what I'm saying is, like, they made it work. Like, they made it to where they made it their own
Mm-hmm.
universe. And it's
Sure
like,
did.
if they can make that work and make all these fairy tales and everything work that have been, known as kids movies, this could work.
I'm going to make everyone not like me for a second.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead, bro. I mean, I understand.
I am not a fan of this at all. Because while, yeah, it's cool that we're getting all these new movies and we're given these, old YouTube videos and channels and little series their own movies, I'm already worn out on it. Like, yeah, it's fine to do one every now and then, but just because you see one do really good, you're like, oh, let's go ahead and make a new one with this. What about this guy? He looks really creepy. Let's go ahead and do this.
Right.
To me, it's just like, guys, I don't think we need to all the time. Let's give it some space to breathe before we just randomly hop on the train of, hey, let's make this character into a scary movie. Let's make this one a scary movie. There's certain characters and certain things that deserve movies. And then there's certain things that I think personally just belong to the internet and belong to YouTube as a great one-off that doesn't need a big flushed out movie over it.
Right. Here's my thing.
And that's how I feel on this.
I think especially with the insane success of a movie like Obsession, right? I think we should continue letting these young minds create new things.
But it's not really a young mind that needs to create right here.
No. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, I'm just using that as an example. It's just like Backrooms worked because they got the original mind behind it.
Yeah, Kane Parsons.
Then Obsession was an original story, and the fact that it clearly shows that originality in horror movies and movies in general still works to this day, and we don't have to keep rehashing things like that's what Hollywood's been doing for the last 10
but Obsession's different because it's its own thing that wasn't on the internet first.
Right, but I'm saying what I'm getting to, Ridge, is what I'm getting to is I think instead of coming out with a Siren Head movie or anything like that, I think we should just stick to people creating original movies like how Obsession did.
Right.
That's what I'm saying is like we had Obsession is one of the most profitable movies of all time. $750,000 budget made over $400 million. And that's why what I'm getting around to is I don't see the point of a Siren Head movie. But I can understand why they would want to do it, but I would rather them do something original. It's not something that is, a video game character,
No, I would like to see them bring some creepypasta stuff to life in movie form. I think Siren Head's a cool one. But there are other creepypastas out there that I know for a fact are movie worthy.
I feel like creepypasta is something that they should delve into when it comes to horror.
I don't think it needs its own movies, though. No. I think it'd work better as a TV series.
Yeah. Either that or something like the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Right.
Like where it's like a bunch of different creepypastas coming together type of thing. Like Goosebumps, like Scary Stories, like stuff like that. And like you said, Ridge, like the Goosebumps original TV series, how each episode's would be a different creepypasta. Because we saw that Slender Man didn't do too hot. But
Yeah, well, that movie didn't really.
not, and it's not even just pointing at that one Slender Man movie.
Let's
There's
let's let's
plenty of
be honest.
Slender Man.
That movie it didn't exactly embody what Slender Man really was
It's
in a
just
sense,
what I'm just overall what I'm getting to is I just would like for them to do more original movies like Obsession, other than something like Siren Head.
Sure, grab the YouTubers that made the original stuff,
Yes.
but let them create other original things too.
Right. Yes.
You don't have to dive in to the same short that you made on YouTube. Let that be its own thing on YouTube.
Now I did see this. Jerome has said a few things. First of all, he said there's a rumor that he didn't know if we knew, but Kane Parsons is apparently making a Portal movie about the video game Portal, which
well, that'd be cool.
that's pretty cool.
Huh.
He also said it can very easily come across as cheesy, corny, and all that. That's my main worry for it. But I enjoy that there is a new subgenre out there besides the same 2-3 types of vibes and remakes. Personally, yeah, I get that.
Well, that's what we're saying with creating this new era for horror movies with YouTubers as the directors.
Right.
Let them create original stuff that they didn't have online already. Let them have the reins at some of this stuff.
And here's the thing: is when we talk about remakes, right? Like I'm gonna use this as an example. Scream 7 didn't do too hot. I mean, even as the months have gone over, I like the movie less. I mean, it's gonna sound crazy. I even canceled my pre-order for the 7 Steelbook.
Wow.
And it's like
That's a shock.
not saying that I didn't like it per se, but I understand that it wasn't great. Um, but the thing is what I'm getting to is there is people online creating short films, like there's a new one for Scream. It's like Snow Spectre or something like that. It looks crazy, like it looks phenomenal. When we think about Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday 13th. There's Never Hike Alone. Those fan films are phenomenal. And I got, shout out to Braden. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. But Braden is a content creator and does movie reviews. And he also has his own horror short films that are Halloween. And they're called The Last Nightmare. And those are great too. Why don't we bring these people who are, like you said, Rich? Why don't we bring in these YouTubers that are creating contents based off these lores and different things and come in and help create original ideas? Like, and the thing is these short films are doing better, are better than a lot of the movies. So, get these fresh minds to come in and create new stuff. Like, if we want horror to succeed down the road, we can't just rely on something that's a video game or rely on something that's already been established already.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right. We got anything else to say on this before we get to the big topic of the night?
Nope.
Alrighty. So, fellow watchers, Jerome and others, we got the Doomsday plot leaks. Ridge has got them. I'm sure he's going to read them to us like he always does. I do. If you are watching visually, we have the official concept art that Kevin Feige revealed here in, was it Singapore, Ridge? I don't know if you heard or not.
I don't know where it was at that they released that.
It was either Singapore or Shanghai. It was one of those two. But this is the official concept art. We get the first official look of, not the first official look, but a new look at Doom's mask. I mean, we see Loki, we see the X-Men, we see the Four, we see the Avengers, for the new Avengers, and Shang-Chi. So, Ridge, instead of just rambling on about this cool picture, how about you go ahead and tell us the plot leaks? And
yes,
just warning y'all before, if he reads these plot leaks and they are spot on, you were warned. but this is what we do. Okay.
Yeah, so just fair warning about that. This can be 100% what we get in the movie. Take it, this came out a few months ago, so if you want to read it yourself, you're more than welcome to. I'm sure it's somewhere on Reddit. There are YouTubers out there. I got all these from the Cosmic Wonder myself. So there are plenty of different ways to hear about it. If you don't want to hear about it, now's the time to click out. And to those, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that fun jazz. We're not going to get into all the last second comments and remarks on everything right now, but thanks for watching because now we're getting into spoiler territory for Avengers Doomsday.
Yes.
All right, this is a lot to read. So sorry in advance that you're going to have to hear my country bumpkin voice for a long periodical amount of time. And I'm probably going to take breaks in between this because it is a lot. Okay?
Right.
All right. So, Avengers Doomsday opens up in New York City on Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's Earth. He's fighting Deadpool and Wolverine who were sent there with a planet-killing bomb built by Beast to destroy Tobey's world in order to save their own universe from the incursions. Tobey battles Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, who manages to plant the device. Wolverine stays behind when it detonates, and both Tobey and Wolverine, along with everyone else on that Earth, seem to be killed. Deadpool escapes and returns to his own Earth, which we see in the distance. Charles Xavier watches the destroyed world below with sadness, but they had no choice. Oh, shoot. Sorry. My photo skipped. Whoops-a-daisy. We cut... Okay, so let's just stop right there first off, okay? Because we're about to dive into something completely different.
Okay.
That's a way to open up
Absolutely.
a movie.
Absolutely.
We're just seeing Deadpool and Wolverine versus Spider-Man. Also, there's talks that we'll see Doc Ock trying to fight with
Spider-Man.
at the same time with Spider-Man. Will the Green Goblin be in there too? I don't know. But it is heavily rumored that Doc Ock will be there as well. And there have been photos of this scene playing out.
And the thing is you thought Endgame started off strong, buddy. How about killing your two childhood heroes?
Possibly. Because from what we see, everyone dies. But for all we know, too,
somebody could pull them out.
You're right. There could be a last second escape to the void.
Right.
But you never know. It could be that they die and they stay dead until Secret Wars.
Right. That's true too.
Alright. So we then cut to Tony's funeral. Steve speaks with some of the heroes, including Ant-Man, before returning the stones as he goes back in time and returns to his own Earth, which we see in the distance. Charles Xavier watches... Oh, sorry. I'm getting things completely mixed up. My bad. So he goes back in time and chooses to stay with Peggy. They have a son. Name is Jim.
Yep.
One day Loki visits them. This is before Loki season 2 finale. He tells Steve about TVA and warns that they will soon prune this timeline because Steve was never meant to live there or have a son. Loki offers them a way out. He can take them to a universe where they don't exist and can live in peace. And that universe is the Fantastic Four universe. Before leaving, Loki gives Steven a special card to contact him. Steve and his family lived there for 10 years in that universe. And
The Fantastic Four.
The Fantastic Four's universe.
Okay.
We then see Doctor Doom visiting Sue and Franklin. They clearly know each other. Doom says that he has come to speak with Reed. He warns about the incursions and reveals their universe is next. He proposes a plan, but they must travel to Earth 616. Doom also asks Reed whether it's possible someone from another universe is living in theirs. They scan the planet and discover an anomaly. Steve and his family. They confront Steve, who recognizes them after living there for a decade. They explain the incursions and ask him to come to 616 to help convince the Avengers to trust Doom's plan. Any questions or anything so far?
No, honestly, everything sounds right. Like all this would make sense. Like, I mean, because even before Doom becomes Doom in the other movies in the comic books, he knows the the Richards family. So this making a lot of sense. I'm loving it so far.
All right, shall we go on then?
Yes.
All right. They travel to Earth 616, and there Steve successfully persuades the heroes to listen to Doom's plan. Next, they visit the X-Men's universe, but the X-Men are very hostile. Obviously, because they already know about the incursions and have been planting bombs to kill people. They survive multiple incursions and trust no one. They assume the MCU heroes and the Fantastic Four have... Sorry, I'm trying to find it over here. Oh my god. Have come to destroy them and attack. Reed and Doom explain their solution to build massive cannons on each Earth that will permanently separate the universes and stop the incursions. They will split into teams, and each one will go to another Earth and place the cannon there. Meanwhile, Steve tells Thor he met Loki, who is still alive. Thor asks Steve to take him to him using Loki's card. They manage to locate the TVA. But when they arrive, everyone is dead, and Loki has had his heart ripped out from him.
Oh man!
They realize Doom is responsible for all of these deaths. Steve goes back to confront Doom, who reveals his true plan to allow the incursions to happen so he can rebuild the multiverse in his own image and resurrect his dead family. He takes Steve to his castle in Latveria on his Earth. There, Steve meets Doom's followers, that are masked witches, which the masked witches, as far as we think we know, are going to be Doctor Doom, Sylvie, and can't remember the other one. Oh, and the Scarlet Witch.
Right. Nice.
One of them there impersonates Peggy to manipulate him. Doom reveals that Steve's presence in their universe is what triggered their incursions because he didn't belong there. It also led to the death of Doom's family. Doom became obsessed with stopping the incursions, conducting dangerous experiments, one of which failed, killing his family and leaving Doom disfigured, forcing him to wear the armor and his mask. As revenge, Doom kills Steve's son in front of him.
Oh.
Doom announces that the Avengers are coming and Latveria prepares for war. Well, what a way to mess with everyone's emotions, killing Reed's son, or not Reed's son, Steve's son, right in front of everyone, and right in front of Captain America himself.
Jeebus.
Big mistake.
Jeebus.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Kelsey, man. Kelsey's gonna have to watch Loki get killed again.
She's gonna be like,
You have to watch that. You probably have to watch at some point Professor X dying again. You have to watch a lot of characters.
Magneto, probably.
All right. We ready to move on?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
loving this so far.
Okay. The Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and the X-Men unite and march on to Latveria. Thor prays to Odin, who sends an army from Valhalla to join the
Nice.
battle. A massive war erupts as the Earths begin to collide. Eventually, the universes crash into each other and are destroyed, killing everyone. Everyone except Doom. It's revealed that he stole Loki's powers. Using them, he creates a battle world, resurrects everyone, and erases their memories. They believe battle world is all that has ever existed. We see them living new lives in this false reality, and Doom. We see Doom sitting on his throne uh, as the emperor of battle world. The end.
That would be the best ending.
Freaking
Like that would one up the snot out of Infinity War's ending. Dude,
so
yes.
so obviously our characters, a lot of them are going to die. A
Yeah,
lot of our heroes are going to die. A lot of them are going to be resurrected and not remember a single thing that's going on and believe that Doctor Doom is their god.
right.
Man, oh man, what a way to end it.
My thing is, you know who I think would be the one that comes to like help them. It's probably going to end up being Doctor Strange that comes back. Him and Cleo, because we've still not got any like reassurance from Multiverse of Madness. It's after credit scene, and like that literal part of that movie in the after credit scene is her saying, "Let's go stop an incursion."
nuts.
Well, I think what ends up happening is they end up on Doctor Doom's side because they believe him.
Right.
Doctor Strange becomes Doctor Doom's right hand man,
No, yeah. I've seen that concept art. Yeah.
and what's her face is one of the witches.
Okay.
That's how I imagine that's going to happen. Now, exactly how all we get there, don't know. Don't know if Doctor Strange's mind has been erased as well, or if he still has his consciousness about him while this is going on. Clearly, it's going to be wild because a lot of people die.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be
Except Doctor Doom, because he stole Loki's powers and is able to recreate a universe, giving us Battle World.
right.
In which I think that Battle World will go on to be our main universe afterwards.
This is gonna be crazy, man. Phew. This movie's gonna have us in shambles. we might have to,
It's
we might have to
it's
kick Garland out of
going
that theater, boys.
it's definitely going to be interesting. I know that there's talks of all the different powers that he has,
Mm-hmm.
and he has multiple different books to help him with his powers. There is one that I don't know how I 100% feel because I'm curious on how they're going to use it.
Right.
One of the books that has been rumored to say that Doctor Doom has with him is the Word of God.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So you mean tell me that he's carrying around a Bible?
That's wild, though. That's wild, though.
So are we going to see him gain powers from using the Bible? Is he going to just have it there for knowledge's sake?
I could see it just being a knowledge sake thing because that does seem like something Doom would do.
I don't know.
Either way, hot dang.
There's going to be so much in this. I just hope it's not a cluster mess, is what Jerome says.
And I can understand that, but if it's going to be as long as they're saying it's going to be, I think we'll be fine.
What do you think the runtime's going to be on this movie?
I think it's at least going to be 3.5 hours long.
3.5.
Yeah.
I don't see them making it a 3 hour movie. I see it being like at 250, 255 maybe. Once you get like the after credits.
Right.
Just because I don't think they're trying to push 3 hours as a movie anymore. Don't get me wrong. I would sit through a 3 to 4 hour movie that has to do with Doomsday or Secret Wars. But I don't think that we're getting that. I think we'll get one at like 250, 255.
I mean, if they don't do that, then I feel like Secret Wars will be longer.
Secret Wars, I'm calling it now, will be split into 2 movies.
I could see it. But
I 100% believe that you have to split that movie into 2 movies. With how much will be going on in that movie and even after, yeah I think it's going to have to be a 2-parter.
And I'm gonna say this, boys. The X-Men look phenomenal.
Oh, everyone looks phenomenal.
I'm talking about looks amazing. Everybody looks so good, bro.
Are you kidding me?
I'm just such a sucker for the X-Men, and they just look. I mean, they look so fire, bro. I mean, Cyclops looks fire, but look, I can't get over how good Beast looks, though. Like, yes. I'm just pumped, man.
Now, listen, I will give you a little tease as to what we're diving into in our next episode, which is going to be the perfect episode, by the way.
Yeah,
if you don't know why, well,
just look at the
you're too young. All right, you're too young to understand that. Pretty much, it's a good, funny joke like how 6'7" for younger kids, but instead it's, more mature. And probably we'll just call that episode the perfect episode. All right, I mean,
yeah.
But anyways, diving into a little sneak peek as to what we're going to be getting into is I also have the first that I know of plot leak for Secret Wars.
Nice.
So we're going to dive into Secret Wars in that episode. Also in that episode, I thought it would be a fun thing to do of us trying to figure out a few different names of who is going to die in Doomsday and Secret Wars. Absolutely. Like, who's going to die and stay dead.
Right.
And not be brought back, because that's probably going to be a hefty little list right there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, folks, like we say every episode, like, subscribe, comment, share this out, grab your next to kin's phone and your next door neighbor's console, whatever. Subscribe to us. You ain't got to watch us all the time. Heck, you ain't even got to watch us at all. Just hit it.
Just be subscribed. It costs nothing.
And
you ain't got to turn on the notification bell or anything, so that way it's not bugging you whenever we go live. Just hit that little subscribe button for us.
And just remember, the 31st through the 2nd, we'll be going to CreepyCon. I just thought about that. Spider-Man is that same weekend, so
we got a busy weekend that weekend.
Yeah, we got a busy weekend, and I took off, so I'll be off for it all.
So we may just end up being at CreepyCon one day.
And watching Spider-Man the next.
Yeah. But either way, we got that coming up. So, get ready for the CreepyCon content. Get ready for the Spider-Man review. Also, September 19th, that whole entire day will be at the Scream Chamber at their kickoff event for the haunt season. We'll be they'll be giving off or raffling off 2 tickets through the haunt on us and on Ridge, really, but on us.
It's on us.
But you'll be able to come interact with us, talk to us, take pictures with us, whatever, sign our table, get a card, and just have a good time. Get scared. It's getting to that season. Those who watch this part and everything, y'all should like us on Facebook as well. Get us up to where we can get to 100. That way we can start live streaming on there. And also, if you are following us on Facebook or on here or anything like that, you should comment some stuff. Tell us what you want to see us do for Halloween season. Give us ideas. If you have ideas for anything other than that, just hit us up and we can figure something out and slide it in and see what works and see what does it. But fellas, y'all got anything else to say for tonight?
It's going to be a busy couple of months.
Oh yeah, and I'm loving it.
Until the end of the year.
Honestly, with the amount of movies coming out, we've got the rest of the year pretty much booked.
We're like 9 weeks away from haunt season starting up.
Yeah.
We're less than that till CreepyCon. We're that much less away from Spider-Man coming out. And we're not that far off from Doomsday coming out.
We're only a week from tomorrow. Well, a week from yesterday. We are officially under 5 months. We're just outside of 5 months till Doomsday. 5 months and 6 days till Doomsday. So I feel
and we're about, I think, 7 or 8 Saturdays away from football starting back.
Absolutely. And it's going to be fun because the Yahoo just came out with the college football fantasy. And so we probably want to have some spit talk on there at some points. But either way, guys, again, thank you for sticking around so long if you did. If you are watching us at a later time, comment, let us know you made it through. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on TikTok. I sometimes post content on there. I'm trying to get better at that, but I don't have the funds. But either way, guys, we appreciate you guys for sticking around. We love y'all, and we see you for next week. All right.